These days, playing WoW can be a real grind. Whether you're out there questing, running dungeons endlessly for your prebis, grinding gold for your consumes, or hyper-analyzing logs to pump up your parses, it's easy to fall into the cycle of FOMO and stress that somehow comes with the territory of playing this 20-year-old game. So every once in a while, you just need a break from the hustle and bustle, a quick second to sit back, unplug, take in the scenery, and remember what keeps you glued to this world in the first place. Well, if you found yourself in that sorry state, I've got just the thing for you. Roll up that peacebloom. We're gonna go around the world and take a look at some of the best smoke spots you can find in this cozy little place we call Azeroth. Before we get started, I just wanted to give credit to the channel Godlike Mike for the idea behind this video. He recently put out a top 10 smoke spots in Dark Souls video, which was really funny, and it was just such a fun concept that I couldn't help myself making a version for the game I talk about. I'll link to his video in the description. Do yourself a favor and go give it a look. Okay, let's get into it. Here are the top 10 smoke spots in classic WoW. Number 10, the High Inquisitor's Monastery Hotbox. Well, this might not be the most scenic spot on the list, but if you're the type who gets off on lighting up in places you're absolutely not supposed to, then what could possibly be a better pick for you than the secret Hotbox Hideaway in the holiest church fortress in all of Azeroth, the Scarlet Monastery. You'll be puffing cloud right under the noses of the most fanatical religious freaks there are, and that can be a thing of beauty. First things first, you're gonna need to blend in. That'll require a trip to the armory to take down Herod and grab a tabard, then a few laps of the dungeon to collect the entire Scarlet set. Or you could just pick up a corrupted Ashbringer, easy. After that, you can march right into the monastery, bear right, pull the torch and... wait, looks like this guy's beat you to it. Well, he's already catatonic, so don't mind him and he won't mind you. Yeah, we're free to smoke the devil's lettuce right here in the houses of the holy. Do your best not to let Sally find you, and once you're nice and lifted, why not take a gander at the lovely monastery gardens? Don't worry, they totally don't know. Number 9, Zalazane's Zaza Island. If you're into the tribal vibe, which in this case might entail a level of comfortability with human sacrifice, take a leisurely swim out to the Echo Isles and enjoy a nice tropical toke in the company of some of the most ganja-friendly goons in all of Kalimdor. I didn't say they were friendly, just ganja-friendly. Can we infer that just because they have Jamaican accents? Win over the locals and you've secured yourself quite the place to huff the happy haze. Bang on the bongos, grab some jerk meat, then find a nice place to take in the views. My perch of choice, right up on Zalazane's Hill, where you'll find there's flame aplenty. You just have to share the space with a pile of prisoner skulls and let Zalazane come check on you roughly every 5 seconds. But once you're nice and blazed, wind down with a nice long rest and enjoy the beautiful sunset sky. And if you're in the mood, walk out onto the private beach and sail off on your doobie boat right into the horizon. Number 8, the Thunderbluff Puffin Pass. Judging by the way the Tauren revere nature, it's pretty obvious that Thunderbluff is another safe haven for fans of flower. There's a reason why they're renowned for herbalism here. While being 420 friendly certainly helps you feel welcome, we're really here for the ample scenery. It's not every day you get to sit high above the world and look out some of the most peaceful lands in all of Azeroth without a care in the world. So why not do as the Tauren do and spark the peace pipe while we're in town, then see what the city has to offer. If you're into fishing, bring your pole and cast it into the pond, or pick one of the million sweat lodges to have yourself a spiritual experience. Or better yet, why not post up in the pools of vision and just kick back for a while? The choices abound at Thunderbluff. No matter where you chief, you're in for a treat. Number 7, the Mount Highjaw Mounted High Stroll. Sometimes you just need to get a little high, take a walk, and be alone with your thoughts for a while. Well, there's no better place for that type of activity than the highest peak in the land, Mount Highjaw. Hop on your trusty mount, bust out the trusty vape pen, and settle in for one relaxing ride through a far-flung forest with more than a few scenic lookouts. Breathe in the fresh mountain air, take a dip in the pristine ponds, and make your way to the old world tree to revel in the rich lore of the territory. But you might want to turn off your RP walking through the devastated parts, and try not to think of all the bad stuff that happened here. And don't look at the giant demon corpse. Wow, this place is full of caveats, isn't it? Well, it's still good enough to make for number 7. Take a smoke walk here, then come back to the game feeling refreshed and thankful you don't have to spend raid night standing in one place to fight wave after wave of boring mob. Nope, you can do all your standing still right in the comfort of Molten Core and let Highjaw stay your happy place. Number 6, the Everlook Cookout. Ready to put your woes on ice? Head up to the snowy peaks of Kalimdor and cool it in the frosty goblin town of Everlook. Why Everlook, you ask? Well, honestly, it's as good a place as any in the wonderland that is Winterspring, where the purple-tinted snowdrifts are sure to put you in a vibe chiller than a double ice-blocked frost mage. In all seriousness, it's a quirky town and perfect for a nice winter warm-up, so stay a while and soak it in. Talk to the locals, marvel at the engineering gizmos like the dimensional imploder or the random stuff spinning up on the roofs, boogie down with Lilith alive, or just find a place to lay your head and stare at the wall for a while. It's got penguin wallpaper on it. And once you've had your fill of the goblins, take a short jaunt to unwind in the Frostfire Hot Springs and get even more toasty. Just make sure there's not a memorial scheduled that day first. Number 5, the Altar of Storm Sesh. For the edgier crowd, you might want to go alter your form at the Altar of Storms if you know what I mean. Alright, this might not seem like that mellow of a pick at first glance, but hear me out. Hang a left by the bridge and head up the hill to the intimidating goth guy. Now I know what you're thinking, that doesn't help at all. Sharing a blunt with him in this evil hellhole sounds like a recipe for a bad trip. But hold on a minute, give the guy a chance to get to talking and you'll quickly change your tune. In fact, Morzul has some sage wisdom for you. There comes a time when the life we know falls short. We are trapped and look for answers, and we find hope burning in dark places. My man, now you're speaking my language. Spark one up, and suddenly this blazing hellscape becomes a doom metal paradise. Eerie blue flames, the tome, goblet, and voodoo doll trio, and an alchemy lab, complete with probably the most cult view you can find this side of the Thandal span. See, I knew you'd come around. Pass the duchy a few times or 10 and head off to the next spot. But before you go, why not pick up a dark souvenir or two from old Wild Eyes in the back to thank him for letting you post up for a while. Number 4, the Ungoro Crystal Chronic Cave. Make your way to 12 o'clock on the Ungoro crater map and you'll find Marshall's Refuge. Not the chillest place at face value, especially considering the fact your heart is probably still racing from having to outrun all those devil sores on your way over. But hoof it up the hill and into the cave and you'll quickly see why this spot takes number 4. Oh, and if you need a puff partner, tap the boy Spark Nilminer on the way in, for obvious reasons. And if for some reason you forgot your stash, JD Joint Dealer Collie in the back has you covered. Once you're settled, find a seat next to your favorite crystal cluster, take a couple tokes, and strap in for a nice and easy psychedelic experience. Here during the elemental invasion, try to ignore Baron Char's incessant yelling about, "Where are the heroes of this world? Too frightened to come out and play?" Yeah, we're currently blissed out and admiring the crystals. You'd think with a name like that he might be inclined to join. Anyway, quick tip, if you're not too frightened to play, Dab fans might consider making the trek up to Fireplume Ridge. I hear they've got a hot spot up there that can turn your nail red hot in an instant. Number 3, the Deep Run Tram Dank Tank. There are few things better in life than getting a little stony and chilling out in an aquarium for the day. If that sounds about your speed, then head on over to Stormwind or Ironforge, grab a one-way ticket on the Deep Run Tram, and hop off at the underwater tunnel to find yourself one of the best places to blaze up bar none. The soft lighting, blue, green, and radiant gold hues, the soothing flow of water and effervescent bubbles, trippy reflections, refracted architecture in the distance, and calm meandering marine life are enough to set even the most anxious adventurer's mind at ease for a while. It's alright, man, you might even parse blue next week. Yeah, there's plenty of sights to see down here. A couple old shipwrecks, giant clams, deep run divers, towering, swaying kelp, and if you're lucky, you might even catch a song from the Naga Siren, or better yet, get a glimpse of old Nessie. What's not to love? It might be a bit sketchy of a ride back, but hey, it'll be well worth it. Number 2, the Ravenholt Reefer Lounge. Tucked away in the Alterac Mountains, you'll find Ravenholt Manor, a serene little chateau that's home to the Ravenholt Guild of Assassins. While they aren't exactly the friendliest bunch, they are accustomed to those who deal in illicit substances, and rogue players know Lord Ravenholt himself keeps something special in that top secret Azure bag of his, so it's as safe a place as any to pass some time for a puff. As for smoke spots at the manor, I'm partial to the table full of ale next to our good friend Winston the Wolf, and the nice big painting of the now passé, scantily clad human babe, but your choice is as good as mine. Once you get right, consider taking a stroll in the Ravenholt Garden. Aside from the lovely landscaping, those of you who might be interested in taking a different type of adventure on Azeroth might find just what you're looking for. Just be careful on your way back out. Touch the chest in the secret tunnel, and you'll run into Milton Beats, and nobody wants to catch a beating when you're fresh off some heating. In the top spot, we have the Stranglethorn Waterfall Wash. No smoke spot list would be complete without a place for you to light up a little jungle Jeezy, but Stranglethorn is a dangerous place. You've got to tread carefully lest you end up bloodied by the blood scalps, torn apart by tigers, or plundered by pirates. But don't worry, I'll let you in on a little local secret. Head out from Booty Bay and make your way north to the top of the Naga Island where you'll find the Nekmani Wellspring. That's a holy spot in itself, but if you've seen it once, you've seen it a million times. Besides, if it's not already taken by tourists, you'll have the Nagas to deal with. No, we're going into the water and swimming a little further north to a secret spot obscured by that big tree over there. There we go. Now that's a spot for some nice herbal enhancement to go with your Mock Thardan's enchantment. Look at those waterfall views, and you've got any number of personal swimming holes to choose from, all without sight or sound of any of the terrible creatures you might run into in the jungle. Just you and your grass and the green hills of Stranglethorn. And there you have it, the top 10 smoke spots in Classic WoW, and probably enough bad marijuana jokes to last you a lifetime. But let's be real, you'd kill to hit even a couple of these spots up, wouldn't you? I know I would. Let me know which was your favorite, if I missed a spot you would have included, or if there were any obvious WoW weed puns I managed to leave out. I think I'm pretty well covered though. And of course, if you liked the video, please consider leaving a like, and if you're in the market for more nostalgic WoW videos, or dumb lists like these, drop me a sub and give me a shout in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, till next time.